When you think about all the financial decisions that people face as they get closer to retirement,
There's a whole stack of them.
there really is. But there's one that, it just stands alone in terms of its potential impact. We're talking about a decision that can, and I mean this literally, put hundreds of thousands of dollars more into your pocket.
And that's the big one. When to take Social Security.
Exactly.
It's the closest thing to a guaranteed annuity most people will ever see. And the timing, well, it's this high-stakes, very age-dependent calculation.
Get it wrong, and you're leaving a lot of money on the table.
A lot. You could be drastically reducing a guaranteed income stream that's supposed to last as long as you do.
Which is why today's deep dive is really custom tailored for you. Our mission is to go past the basic numbers and focus on the one factor that really changes the whole strategy.
Life expectancy.
Life expectancy. We have to dissect that trade-off between getting the biggest possible monthly check versus maximizing your total lifetime payout.
And we really have to start with the core demographic fact here, which is the difference in life expectancy between men and women.
Right.
I mean, according to the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the averages aren't even close. Women generally live about 5.3 years longer than men.
Wow, 5 years.
Yeah, 81.1 years for women versus 75.8 for men.
So if you're a woman planning for, say, 20 years of retirement income, and a man is planning for 15, the whole strategy has to be different, right?
It has to be. That 5-year gap makes all the planning trickier.
It changes all the math.
Precisely. If one person has an average collection window of 15 years and another has 20, the break-even points where you get the most money overall, they just shift dramatically.
But here's the strange thing. Despite these, clear financial reasons to wait, most people seem to be doing the exact opposite.
They are.
There's this Schroders 2025 U.S. retirement survey, and it shows that 44% of people plan to claim benefits before their full retirement age.
So before age 67, for most people listening now.
Right. And what's really telling is the number of people who wait until the very end.
Oh, it's tiny. Only 10% anticipate holding out until age 70, which is that magic number for the absolute maximum check.
So there's this huge gap between what the math says to do and what people are actually doing.
And that's driven by a lot of things. Fear, needing cash flow, and just, frankly, not fully understanding the mechanics of the system.
Okay, so let's unpack those mechanics first.
Right.
We have to lay out the financial terrain here because the way the benefit grows, it's very structured.
Right. The claiming window runs from age 62, which is the absolute earliest you can claim, all the way up to age 70, the latest you should wait.
And the difference between those two ages, just 8 years, it creates this massive divergence in your monthly income.
Massive.
So give us the breakdown, maybe using some 2025 numbers just so we can see that growth rate.
Okay. If you claim at 62, your benefit is permanently, and that's the key word, permanently reduced by about 30% compared to what you'd get at your full retirement age, or FRA.
And if you wait until that FRA, let's just use 66 as an example to make it easy.
Then you get 100% of your primary insurance amount. No bonus, no penalty.
But the real power is in waiting past that, isn't it?
Right.
What's the mechanism that makes it grow from your FRA up to age 70?
That's something called the Delayed Retirement Credit, or DRC. For every single year you wait past your FRA, up until you hit 70, you earn an 8% increase in your annual benefit.
An 8% guaranteed return.
Compounded monthly. So if your FRA is 67 and you wait until you're 70, you're looking at 3 years of guaranteed inflation-adjusted 8% annual growth.
You just can't find that kind of guaranteed return anywhere else. So let's run the numbers. If you delay from an FRA of, say, 66 up to age 70, where do you land?
Waiting just 1 year to 67 gets you 108% of your FRA benefit, but if you hold out all the way to age 70, you hit the jackpot.
The maximum.
The maximum possible benefit, a colossal 132% of what you would have gotten at your FRA.
Okay, let's put that into dollars because that's what people feel. Let's use a simple baseline, say $2,000 a month at your FRA. If you delay just 1 year to age 67, that $2,000 becomes what?
It becomes $2,160 a month.
But if you commit to that delay, all the way from 66 to 70,
that $2,000 monthly check transforms into $2,640 per month.
And that's the end of the line. Super important point.
Absolutely. There is no financial advantage to waiting even 1 day past your 70th birthday. The benefit does not increase any further. 70 is the peak.
That $640 difference every month is huge, especially when you think about it being adjusted for inflation for 20 or 30 years.
It's life-changing for some people.
So now we use that math to build a strategy. And we have to start with women because of that longer life expectancy you mentioned, 81 years.
Right. For an expected 81-year lifespan, you're really focused on the total payout over, roughly 15 years of collecting benefits.
So the question is, do you start sooner with a smaller check or later with a bigger one to get the higher total number by age 81?
Exactly.
Okay, let's run the numbers with our baseline. We're comparing claiming at 67 versus claiming at 70.
Okay, so claiming at 70, you get that much larger check. $2,640 a month.
Which is $31,680 a year.
Yep. And over the 12 years until you turn 81, that total payout is $380,160.
Okay, now the other side. You claim at 67, you're getting checks for 3 extra years.
But the check is smaller. It's $25,160 a month, which is $25,920 a year.
And since you're collecting for 15 years until age 81, your total payout is
$388,800.
So if a woman lives exactly to the average, she actually gets about $8,000 more in total by claiming at 67.
She does. And this is the critical strategic choice. Do you go for the slightly higher total payout, which you get by claiming at 67? Or do you go for the substantially larger monthly income you get at 70?
That's a great question. Why would someone willingly give up $8,000 in total just to wait those 3 years?
Because that bigger monthly check is a powerful hedge against 2 huge risks. First is longevity risk.
The risk of living longer than average.
Exactly. If you live past 81, that higher monthly amount, the $2,640, starts to dramatically outperform the other strategy. The age 70 claim becomes a clear winner and by a lot.
And the second risk.
Inflation. Social Security benefits are adjusted for inflation. When you maximize your starting benefit at age 70, every single cost of living adjustment after that is applied to a much bigger base number.
So it provides more immediate, guaranteed purchasing power.
For many people, maximizing that guaranteed monthly paycheck is just better insurance than chasing that slightly higher theoretical total by age 81.
That really reframes the whole decision. Okay, let's flip to the other side of the spectrum then.
Yeah.
Men, where the average life expectancy is shorter, around 76.
And the math changes quite a bit when that timeline shrinks.
How so?
Well, when the collection window is compressed by 5 years, the benefit of delaying all the way to 70 for the biggest check is it's sharply diminished.
And the benefit of just collecting more years of income earlier becomes more attractive.
Much more pronounced, yes.
Okay, to make this more realistic, let's switch from our simple baseline and use an actual example. Let's look at Jose. He's a hypothetical guy born in 1964, earned $75,000 a year.
Okay, and let's assume he passes away right at his life expectancy, age 76.
So if he waits until age 70, what's his check?
It's big, $2,933 a month. But he only collects for 6 years, so his total benefit is $211,176.
Only 6 years. Okay, what if he claims at his full retirement age, 67?
Then his check is smaller, $2,288 a month, but he's collecting for 9 years. His total comes to $247,104.
So that's already a lot more.
A lot more. But now, here's the most counterintuitive part of this whole analysis.
Okay.
If Jose claims as early as possible, age 62, his monthly check is just $1,584, but he collects for 14 years.
14 years.
His total claim benefits reach $254,184.
Wow. So if Jose lives exactly to the average male life expectancy, claiming at 62 actually gives him the highest total payout.
It does, and claiming at 67 is still over $43,000 better than waiting until 70.
That makes a really compelling case for claiming earlier if, your health or family history suggests a shorter lifespan.
It does, but we have to challenge that a little. The difference in total benefits between claiming at 62 and 67 is only about $7,000.
Spread over 14 years.
Right. So is it really worth giving up that guaranteed 8% annual growth for 5 years just for that marginal gain?
That's the key question. What if Jose outlives his life expectancy? When does waiting until 70 with that huge monthly check finally win?
That maximum monthly benefit is an incredibly powerful engine over the long haul. The total benefits from claiming at 70 will finally overtake the benefits from claiming at 62 shortly before Jose's 79th birthday.
So age 78 and 7 months.
That's the crossover point.
So if he lives just 20 months, not even 2 years, past the average, he completely erases the advantage of 14 years of collecting benefits early.
Yes. The decision really becomes, are you insuring against the possibility of a long life, or are you collecting early based on averages?
It's the ultimate risk tolerance test.
It really is. If you're optimistic about your health, delaying is the prudent choice.
Okay, the math is compelling. But the biggest barrier to waiting until 70, it isn't a formula. It's psychological, isn't it? It's just getting through those bridge years.
That Schroeder study highlighted it perfectly. 23% of people were, and I'm quoting here, terrified by the idea of no longer getting a regular paycheck.
Terrified, I get that. And a huge number, 58%, admitted they wish they'd done a lot more planning.
And that financial anxiety, that feeling of insecurity, it pushes people to claim early, even when they know it's not the best move financially.
That income gap is real. So to successfully delay until 70, you need some kind of alternative income strategy.
Right. And that usually means either continuing to work or starting to draw down your retirement assets.
Let's talk about drawing down a 401k or an IRA first.
Okay, so if you have substantial savings, you can draw from those accounts to fund that gap between, say, 67 and 70. The upside is you get to maximize your guaranteed inflation-proof Social Security check.
Well, there's a downside.
There is. You might face some significant tax bills drawing down those tax-deferred funds. And you also expose yourself to what's called sequence of returns risk.
Meaning if the market crashes right after you retire, you're selling your investments when they're low.
And permanently depleting your principal. It's a real risk.
So the other alternative is to keep working, maybe part-time. That keeps your savings safe, and that's your Social Security benefit grow.
Yes, but if you work while collecting benefits before your full retirement age, you have to be really aware of the withholding rules.
Really do. They can be harsh.
Extremely. If you're under your FRA, the SSA will deduct $1 for every $2 you earn over a set annual limit.
Which for 2025 is what, about $23,400?
It's $23,400, yeah. That's a very steep penalty. It's designed to discourage you from doing exactly that.
It does get a little better in the year you actually turn your FRA, though.
It does. The deduction drops to $1 for every $3 earned, and the income limit jumps way up to $62,160. But here's the part that people always misunderstand about that.
They think the money is just gone forever.
They do. But the SSA doesn't just pay it back. Once you reach your FRA, they convert the money they withheld into a permanent increase in your ongoing monthly benefit.
So they recalculate it.
They recalculate it. They basically treat the months you didn't get a check as if you had delayed claiming even longer. It rewards you forever for the money they held back.
That totally changes the calculation for someone who wants to work part-time until 67. The money isn't lost, it's just a forced investment in your future security.
It is. And there's one final bit of flexibility here. What if you start collecting benefits at 62, and a year later, your situation changes? You get an inheritance or decide to go back to work.
There's a sort of do-over option.
Well, there is a valuable backdoor. You can withdraw your claim within the first 12 months.
But there's a big catch.
A huge catch. You have to repay every single penny of the benefits you've already received.
So you need to have the cash on hand. But it's a good safety net to know about.
It is. So if we step back and look at this whole landscape, what does it all mean for you, the person listening to this?
It means the best age is intensely personal. There's no single magic number. Whether it's 62, 67, or 70 for you, it depends entirely on your need for income right now.
Your ability to work or bridge that gap.
How much you've saved elsewhere, and really what you believe your own personal health and life expectancy are.
I mean, our analysis for women showed that even just living to the average age, claiming at 70 provides better inflation protection and security against living even longer.
And for men, it showed that while claiming earlier looks good if you hit the average, the cost of waiting to 70 is a small price to pay for insuring against living to 79 or 85 or 95.
Exactly.
And you don't have to guess. Remember to use the tools that the Social Security Administration provides. They have calculators to find your FRA, to estimate your benefits, even one for life expectancy. Use those resources.
You have to. And if we connect this all back to that life expectancy data, the final thought is this. The idea that maximizing your check at age 70 is the superior strategy. Well, it relies entirely on one thing.
And that is?
Whether you expect to outlive the average life expectancy for your gender, you have to look at your family history, your health, your own risk tolerance. Are you planning for the average, or are you planning for the potential of a long life? That's the ultimate calculation that only you can make.